this video, the Model Y Juniper is here. The real reason Tesla stock is going through the roof? And Cybertruck sets a new standard that no one saw coming. The updated version of the world's best-selling car, the Tesla Model Y, has been highly anticipated for more than a year, leaving many potential buyers wondering whether to wait for the new Model Y or buy the old one. We'll try to answer that question for you right now. Luckily for those waiting for the update, which has been given the codename Juniper by insiders, we finally have more proof from China that Model Y Juniper production has begun. While this isn't official yet, reports say that the Tesla Model Y refresh has already started pilot production on October 22nd at Gigafactory Shanghai, but only 12 units per day. Full-scale production is expected to start in late November. According to those reports, all electronic devices have been banned from the plant to prevent leaks. We now have some camouflaged photos from outside the factory that seem to confirm that production is well underway. In the photos that were leaked from Shanghai late last week, you can see that Juniper has a front light bar, just like the new Cybercab, Cybertruck, and Robo-van. This fits with our expectations that the Model Y will be available in some non-US regions before the end of the year or on January 2nd. The refreshed Model 3 was first sold in China in September 2023 and in the US on January 2024. This timing would also support Elon's claim that the Model Y refresh won't happen this year, or at least not until 2025 in China. We know this because of a private message Elon sent to an unnamed Tesla content creator in which he said that the company didn't want to show off much of the new car until then. There isn't a new Model Y this year, so please don't imply that there is. Doing so hurts sales of the current model. Many people are looking forward to the refresh Model Y, and we do have to think that it might have a higher price at first, like the Model 3 Highland did, because it has better features, and Tesla needs to get rid of its old stock. Since the Model 3 refresh was easier to handle for Europe, because it also came from China, we're now waiting for some line retooling in the Giga Berlin. Tesla has, surprisingly, kept the Model Y upgrade information a secret again. Under wraps, except for the time someone lifted one of these wraps, back in August, which showed a light bar in the back. This is what that might have looked like before. We thought the headlights would be similar to the refreshed Model 3, but now we know for sure that the Model Y Juniper will have its own personality, making it possible for the product to be more than just a hatchback version of the Model 3. If you want to see what that might look like without the body covering, we have two great designers working on renders to try to guess the design based on these ideas. Sugar Design in China has one likely method, and Dominic in Germany has the other. Let us know in the comments if you like the new Model 3 lights, or the light bar on the old Model S. We don't usually talk about Tesla's stock, but if you're a shareholder, you probably liked the nice little 20% boost in your portfolio last week. The stock went from about $217 to $262 in one day, which is the second biggest percentage gain in the company's history, and raised its market value by about $149 billion. Now tell me why that happened. Here are some of the most important and new things we learned during the earnings call. First, Cybertruck can truly call itself the breadwinner, because it achieved a positive gross margin for the first time in the third quarter. This is a big deal because none of the other EV pickup trucks in the US have become profitable yet, and some of them have been on the road for almost 3 years. The other big news was that Tesla's automotive gross margin increased from 14.6% in Q2 to 17.1% in Q3. Robotaxi is still a big topic of conversation, and for good reason. Just last week, California lawmaker Greg Tank revealed that they are in talks with Tesla about possibly letting them test drive their robo-taxi on local roads in the Palo Alto area. During the call, Elon confirmed that they are already kind of doing that. Elon says that Tesla employees in San Francisco can use a development app to call for rides. Elon made it clear that we do have a safety driver for now, but with the software we've built, we think we'll be able to have paid driverless rides next year. Many Tesla Model 3. Andy owners whose cars are on hardware version 3 will be relieved to hear Elon's confirmation that even though there is a chance that hardware version 3 vehicles do not achieve a safety level that allows for unsupervised FSD. What if that turns out to be true? We'll give those who bought hardware 3 and FSD a free update. Later on, he said, "Do the right thing for customers, and they will do the right thing for you." Which brings us to another question. Where is the affordable Model 2? This is a big one that was left up in the air after the robotaxi event, where we were hoping to hear something about the affordable Tesla, but we didn't. The same thing happened on the earnings call, where we did hear a little more. Tesla says that preparations are still going on for new vehicles, including more affordable models, which will start shipping in the first half of 2025. Elon says that next year, the affordable model will cost less than $30,000 with the U.S. government's $7,000 tax credit. As more important news came in, we were told that the Tesla Cybercab will have a new powertrain with an estimated 5.5 meters per kilowatt efficiency. This will be our most efficient powertrain yet, they say. Interestingly, Tesla's cost of goods sold per vehicle fell to its lowest level ever, at around $35,100 per vehicle. Here's a fun quote from Elon. "It's harder to get 20% of the cost out of a car than it is to design the car and build the whole factory in the first place. It's excruciating, and there as of now, at least 515,000 Tesla cars have been sold in Q4 of this year, which is a new all-time high. Some changes based on Tesla's various business units. At the Fremont factory, Tesla made their 7th millionth car, and Giga Shanghai made their 3rd millionth car and shipped their 1st millionth car. By the way, Fremont factory just turned 14 years old. Here's a young Elon Musk on opening day. Tesla also had a party last week when the 1 millionth Model Y rolled out of Fremont. There have been a lot of milestones, but what's in store for 2025? Tesla says that the new platforms can be made on the same assembly lines as the current line of cars. This will help the company reach its full potential of about 3 million cars per year. Vehicles that will allow production to grow by more than 50% by 2023 before new production lines are bought. Elon said this about the Tesla Roadster. "I'd like to thank our long-suffering deposit holders. The Roadster is not only the cherry on top of the cake, but also the icing on the cake. We are close to finalizing the design." He also said this about the Tesla Semi. On the Tesla Semi, Elon says there is a crazy amount of demand for the Tesla Semi. He says that any company that doesn't switch to an electric Semi will lose money on run costs. Next, we got some new information about the Cybercab production. The quote said, "It's not just a revolutionary design, it's a revolutionary manufacturing process as well. The Cybercab line is really something special. It'll be 10 times better than regular car lines. It's not even close." He also said, "We do feel confident that Cybercab will reach volume production in 2026. Not starting volume production, I think it's at least 2 million units per year when ramped up." With a gross margin of 30.5% in Q3, Tesla Energy set a new high. Here is a picture that shows how things have changed over time. Elon says we'll be shipping soon. Tesla has 100 gigawatt-hours of stable storage, which will eventually grow to multiple terawatt-hours per year. The mega factory in Lathrop made 200 megapacks per week, which is a 40 gigawatt-hour run rate. And for the second quarter in a row, Powerwall deployments set a new record. Tesla Energy just revealed that 4,500 Powerwalls have been installed in the US in just 1 week. As of Q3, more than 100,000 of the world's 750,000 Powerwalls were enrolled in BPP programs. In a very surprising way, Tesla is moving the auto industry forward. You may remember how people laughed at Tesla's plan for a North American charging standard at first. But then, after other companies started to copy it one by one, people loved it. This is something we think will have the same effect. Tesla has announced the Low Voltage Connector Standard, LVCIs, to make electronics in cars cheaper and easier to use. They want all device suppliers and vehicle manufacturers to join them in this effort. When we saw how much Tesla benefited from using the 48-volt system in the Cybertruck, we knew there would likely be a big shift in this direction in the automotive space. There isn't much out there yet, but this new standard is a building block. Currently, EVs use over 200 connections. To fix this, Tesla has simplified the connectors in its cars, so they use just 6 connections.